Live book reading, we are doing everywhere because it's the first one. All right. But after this, the next month is going to be just in the group pet club, book club for pet groomers. Okay. So, not that Denise is nervous or anything like that. Right,
This is more
Denise?
nerve-wracking than speaking at Hershey. Just saying.
Okay. So, Denise is going to do our very first live book reading. So, Denise, what are you reading for us?
Well, first, I'm sad that this doesn't have a fun introduction like the other ones do, Mary. You need
You
a
know
cute
what?
little
I was
video.
thinking about that. And I'm 5 minutes in, I'm like, we should have had a really nice opening, and we don't. Um,
That's okay.
it,
I'm the guinea pig. I knew what I was getting into.
okay. So now that's something else is added to my to-do list. Thank you.
Don't worry. That's what we do. That's what we do with each other.
All right. So,
So,
what's the book, Denise?
so it is a book that I just made and released. Gosh, when was it? Beginning of June. It was supposed to be earlier than that, but it released right before Pet Quest. So it is called Build It Right, the Professional Pet Grooming Business Blueprint. Build the business you are meant to own. So, you want me to tell a little bit about the backstory of this book?
Yeah, let's start with the backstory of the book.
So, if you've never met me before, or you don't know who I am, I have been speaking in the industry, thanks to Mary, by the way, for 5 years. And over that time, I like to come up with, about easily 6 to 7 different new topics every year to speak on. Anyways, fast forward, I have this library filled of done seminars, and I was updating and revamping my 4-hour grooming essentials business certificate course that I've taught at Barkley shows. And while I was updating it for Intergroom this year, I'm like, oh, I was also updating it for the Pacific Northwest Conference. It started with that, and then I also updated. So I did a variant of this for the Pacific Northwest Conference, which got me into developing a workbook for that seminar. And then it turned into, can I design a book? Because I love teaching a ton of people, but the best way to reach everyone necessarily isn't at conferences or conventions. So I went ahead and took my 4-hour seminar and turned it into a 150-page book that is also a workbook with a 90-day action plan in the back of it.
Nice. And I got to beta read the book too, by the way. So,
Mary has input in here in the mobile section.
okay.
So, yeah, you have a little section in here. I have to get you a copy, but you have a little section in here.
Well, I'll see you in Vegas.
Yes, I know. I'm excited. So, really, this book is a collaboration of all the things that I don't see or that I get the most common questions for. And I wanted it to be very meaty and easy to follow so that people can actually achieve their goals of wanting to open up their new business or reassess the business that they have. So this is not necessarily meant just for new or people who want to open up a new business, but also for people who are just feeling that their business isn't going in the direction or it's not built as solidly as they would like. So it actually works in both ways.
All right. So when Denise was letting me beta read it, I'm going to tell you what really hooked me on the book was chapter 1, by the way, because I
Oh, it
thought
was? Okay, good.
it was because it's something that I think gets skipped over a lot in business books.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like mentioned in passing. It's like, oh, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I like that you started with that because I think when people are, especially when they're overwhelmed with either starting a business or that their business isn't going the way it should, that is where they should start before they go forward.
It so the first chapter, the why, is exactly when I hit my spots because let's face it, you can build a nice foundation of your business, but guess what? The day to day and the ebbs and flows of owning a business exist.
Yeah.
So with that said, I actually go back to my why when I feel completely deflated. And and life is just lifey at that point, whether it's employee turnover or right now, they may be watching this, but I have like 2 on maternity leave, and I'm trying to figure out how to accommodate or going to be on maternity leave and accommodate clients, and a cat groomer out and all these things. Anyways, when all of that builds up and it becomes very overwhelming, I always go back to my why. And that's designed in the first chapter of this book.
Okay. So are we ready to
My expert reading skills.
yes.
I've been practicing a little bit because, like I said, this is more nerve-wracking for anyone who watches this at any other point. I think just because, yes, my seminars are a huge part of me, but I'm able to present those and like ask questions, and I can ask questions if there's anyone watching live and all the things. But the difference is that human interaction, where this is like all of my thoughts in a book that's actually a product, and it's a little different. So,
All right. So let's set the scene. Okay.
set the scene. Okay.
Imagine you're in a bookstore. Okay. And you're sitting behind a card table. All right.
Okay.
You'll have a whole stack of your books. Okay.
Okay.
And there's chairs for people to sit and listen. Okay. And they could be glued to your every word.
That
So
sounds
have I
scary
set the
too.
scene? Have I set the scene?
Yes, I appreciate that. I like the visual. Thanks.
Okay, very good. And I'm gonna do an opening on this because I actually no longer have Vimeo, which is where I made the other ones from. So I'll have to figure it out.
There we go.
Okay.
We'll have to get a nice one where it could show that stage for the people, for the following people, because I know Mary has a great lineup, by the way.
Yeah.
Coming after me too. So
okay, Denise,
do my little read.
do you
Okay.
read?
So I'm going to read from chapter 1. Like I said, this is a workbook, so I wanted to make sure I picked a chapter that would really set the tone for what this book really is. So chapter 1, the pull and the pause. Before you build anything, you need to know why. So somewhere on your phone right now, there's probably a post. Maybe it's a reel, maybe it's a caption under a photo of a beautifully groomed dog in a spotless salon. Maybe it's a comment in a grooming group from someone who left their job and never looked back. Whatever the format, the message is the same. If you're unhappy where you are, just open your own place. Be your own boss, make your own hours, keep 100% of what you earn, live the life you deserve. It sounds so simple, and that is exactly the problem. The social media version of business ownership is a highlight reel. Shows you the beautiful salon, the loyal clientele, the freedom and the flexibility. But what it does not show you is the 5 a.m. alarm when the booking system crashes, the employee who calls out your busiest Saturday, the tax bill that arrives when you're counting on that money for something else, the month where revenue was fine, but somehow your bank account still looks wrong. Industry educators, some well-meaning, some not, have contributed to this narrative. The message that ownership is the natural next step for any groomer who is good at their craft, that that it is more accessible than it looks. That's the hardest part, is just deciding to do it. Some of these people have good intentions. Some are selling a course, but the effect is the same, a steady stream of talented groomers stepping into ownership without a real understanding of what they are stepping into. This is not an anti-ownership chapter. I'm a business owner. I built a 3-location operation from a single salon I opened out of necessity, and I would do it again. But I would do it with the information in this book in my hand, not without it. What this chapter is an honest one, and honesty is what this decision deserves. The narrative versus the reality. Let's look at the most common things people say about ownership and what those things actually mean once you're inside the business. Just open your own place. Opening a business is not a casual decision. It involves legal structure, financial planning, market research, licensing, insurance, equipment, build out costs, software systems, and a client base that does not yet exist. Just is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Be your own boss. You will be your own boss. You'll also be your own HR department, your own accountant, your own marketing team, your own maintenance crew, and your own customer service rep. And the moment you hire your first employee, you are now responsible for someone else's livelihood. That is not freedom from accountability. That is more accountability than most people have ever experienced. Make your own hours. Eventually, maybe in the beginning, your business makes your hours. You will work when clients need you. When the books are slow, you can't afford to turn anyone away. When an employee calls out, when something breaks, when the marketing needs to happen at 10 p.m. because that's the only time you had, the flexibility that ownership promises is real, but it is earned, not given. Hang on, new book. Okay. Keep 100% of what you earn. This one is the most dangerous myth in the industry. You do not keep 100% of what your business generates. You keep what is left after rent, supplies, utilities, payroll, taxes, insurance, software equipment repairs, marketing, professional development, and every other cost of doing business. For many owners, especially in the early years, what is left is significantly less than what they were earning as an employee. And yet this myth persists and people make life-altering decisions based on it. If you don't like where you work, leave and open your own place. Leaving a bad employer is a valid choice. Opening a business in reaction to a bad situation is not a strategy, it's an escape. And escape-driven businesses are built on the wrong foundation from day one. We talk about this more when we get into defining your why. For now, just notice how often this framing comes up and how rarely anyone asks, but what are you running towards? What it actually takes. Let's be direct. Grooming business ownership requires more than the ability to groom a dog beautifully. That skill is the entry point, it's not the foundation. So here is what ownership actually demands of you. Skill. Not just grooming skill, though that matters, the skill to learn things that are unfamiliar and uncomfortable. The skill to have a difficult conversation with an employee, to read a financial statement, to write a policy, to make a decision under pressure with incomplete information. These are learnable skills, but they require willingness to be a beginner again in areas where you have no experience. Determination. The business will test you not once, regularly. There will be slow months, difficult clients, staff turnover, equipment failures, and days where you question everything. Determination is what keeps you at the table on those days. It's not glamorous. It does not make for a good social media post, but it is what separates the owners who build something lasting from the ones who close their doors within 3 years. Grit. Grit is determination with calluses on it. It is the willingness to do the hard thing repeatedly, even after it has already been hard. It is staying organized when you feel chaotic, staying professional when you feel frustrated, staying focused on the long game when your short game is painful. Grit is not something you either have or you don't, it's something you build, but you have to be willing to build it. Strong will. Owning a business means making decisions that not everyone will agree with. Your clients will push back on your policies. Your employees will test your limits. Other business owners will give you advice that contradicts everything in this book. Strong will is the ability to hold your ground, not out of stubbornness, but because you have done the work. You know your business and you trust your judgment. This is one of the hardest things to develop and one of the most important. And that is before we get to the personal traits. Before we talk about emotional intelligence, communication skills, and the ability to lead people who are nothing like you, the capacity to separate your feelings from your professional decisions. Before we talk about the basic business knowledge, the pricing, the legal structure, the financial literacy, the systems and operations that no one taught you in grooming school because grooming school was teaching you to groom. This is not a short list. It is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to show you the full picture so that the decision you make to move forward or to pause is one that you make with your eyes open. So, a word to the owner already in it. If you already own a business and you're reading this chapter, you might be nodding, or you might be a little uncomfortable. Maybe some of what you just read describes exactly how you got started, impulsively, reactively, without the full picture. And that's okay, most of us did. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is not that you made the wrong decision. It is that you may have made the right decision without the right preparation. And preparation is something you can still do. It's not too late to build the foundation you didn't have when you opened the door. This book exists for you too, not just for the person deciding whether to open, but for the person who opened and is now in the middle of figuring out what that means. The owner who is working full schedules and still not sure where the money goes, the owner who has staff but no real systems, the owner who built something real but has a nagging feeling that they are one bad month away from becoming a problem. Use this chapter not to judge where you started, but to get honest about where you are. The questions at the end of this section are for both of you, the dreamer and the builder. The answers may be different, the work is still the same. Are you ready? This is the question everyone asks, and almost nobody answers honestly, because the honest answer requires you to look at where you actually are, not where you want to be, not where you tell people you are, not the version of self or of yourself you project on social media, where you are right now. Readiness is not a feeling, it is an assessment. And it is the one you can do with real information instead of optimism. And then it goes into the workbook section.
Okay. All right.
How'd I do?
You did really well.
Thank you.
You're thinking, we need an opening video, Denise. We need an opening video. I may outsource that. So good job. All right. So whether you're watching this now or you're watching this later, if you have questions for Denise, just pop them and then tag her. Okay. All right. So she or me, either one of us, but tag Denise mostly. Okay. So if they want to buy this book, all right, let's talk about, first of all, buying it in person. Where will you be selling the book? What trade shows will you be at?
I will be at Rocky Mountain, All American. I will be at Hershey at the Groomer's Mart booth signing copies. So I'm really excited about that. Thanks, Sacheen. And let's see, where else? Oh, I'll be at Fitz.
Okay.
So those are the shows I'll be at that I can have this. And then I can also send you the link to buy it. I'm still working on the website to get a Shopify account and stuff. Or a Shopify website to get it up. But I do have a Stripe account that people can order through and we can mail it.
Okay, so then if they were to do it that way, you have a group on Facebook, correct?
I do, The Ambitious Groomer.
Okay, so they can contact you through your group, correct?
Yep, or through here. Yeah, or they can even comment on here, so.
Okay, so comment if you want a copy of the book. I'll comment you want a copy, and Denise will get a hold of you. All right, so this was fun. Next month in August, hold on. Let me get the correct date, because it's not going to be a consistent time and date.
So Sacheen, honestly, the premise behind the book, obviously the chapters have grooming references, but like the book is a very solid all-around business book.
Okay.
So.
All right. So, but my question for you is, and again, not to put something else on your plate.
Okay, Mary. This is what we do. Got it. I just put a video on your plate. What you got me?
So if you rewrote that book and made it a little more generic, could you do it?
Yes. Okay. Very much so.
All right. So something on your plate. Anyway, the next live book club reading will be with Cassandra Smith. And her book is just out, and it'll be on Friday, August 7th. All right. Same time, about 1 p.m. And that one is just going to be in book club. So you're going to have to come over to book club. All right. In order to watch that. And if you're watching this and you don't know where book club is and you need a link, ask and we'll pop the link in. Okay.
Sure will. And Cassandra's book, I have it and it's amazing. So I can't wait to watch her book reading, and I have it. So.
Okay. And Sacheen, who's on here, is also on the schedule. Amanda McGrath is on the schedule. And I don't have my schedule in front of me, so I don't know how far it is. But anyway, see everybody next month.